All right. So good afternoon. I'm here with Ellie.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie, and
Hi.
this is Andrew.
Yes, yes. So we'll speak. Unless you have a topic off the top of your head you want to discuss, we'll speak frankly about what was going on here.
Well, it's been hot for the past few days.
Yes. Yeah, it's approaching 90 degrees, right?
Well, over the past few days, it was been like in the 90s.
That's what my car said at least. I know we said like the heat can kind of be a little annoying, but it's better than blizzards in the snow and the 10-degree days.
Yeah, blizzards are worse.
I agree. So Dave says hello.
Hello, old school Dave.
We'll give Dave a fist bump.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a drawing I did today, made with magic marker, just like an eyeball that it was actually supposed to be one of those cackling demons from the PC game Doom, but it just turned out to be. But I was like, this is just a colorful eyeball with colorful eye with a variety of colors and stuff.
Kind of cool looking, kind of psychedelic. Which I think both of our artworks can be at times.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Good job. Obviously it looks like looks psychedelic in nature, and that's kind of a cool thing.
Thanks, man.
Okay, and Horn Dog says the New York Knicks are winning the championship tonight. Are you familiar with basketball in any way?
No.
Yeah, I know they're doing good. They're doing good. For what it's worth.
Horn Dog says Doom is a great game. You should both play it sometime. Well, I used to play Doom when I was a kid, and then I was playing it playing Doom when it came out on Xbox 360 and Nintendo Switch. So Doom is a blast from the past. No pun intended.
Yeah,
because there's certainly a lot of blasting in Doom.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game, an influential game. I was more partial to Half-Life and Half-Life Counter-Strike and Team Fortress Classic, which obviously takes a lot of influence from Doom. Or maybe it doesn't, but that was a good game too.
Horn Dog says the Doom guy's face kind of looks like Andrew. Kind of. If Andrew was in the Marines.
Yeah, I wasn't. I know we joked last time. Obviously, I've had a traumatizing 20s, and it matured me and made me harder. But I don't know if I would consider that a military experience. It just taught me not to react emotionally. It taught me to be a man in some capacity. But I wouldn't say it's like a military experience. So they say obviously the military teaches you how to get control of your life, independence, not react emotionally, and toughens you up. But there's a number of things that can do that, such as traumatizing life experiences in your 20s too, right? And Dale was in the Marines, and he was obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was in the Marines, but he was in the Army at least. But he said he was obviously on the path to going nowhere, and his life was falling apart, and he got into the military. He thinks it saved his life. So some people obviously might not want to get into the military for whatever reason, but he's proud. He's a proud veteran, and he enjoys it. So. It's a good thing,
Well, in my 20s, I thought my life was falling apart, but then I got a job, my own apartment, and a social life. There's this, because in New York, there's this thing called self-direction program that could help people like us get independent.
Definitely, yeah, yeah. So it's there's a number of things you can do. There's a number of career paths you can take, obviously, and. Dave asks, how do you think your life would be different if Dale was your dad instead of your father, Robert Kowalski? I don't know. That's a really good question, but unfortunately, we may never know.
Well, no, because Dale isn't your biological father.
Exactly. So.
He's your stepfather.
He's my stepfather, and on that note, we don't know how things would have been, but you can speculate, but for what it's worth, who knows, who knows how things would have been.
Well,
Horn Dog asks, was Dale at war? Has he done anything like? To be honest with you, I don't talk about Dale, maybe I should. I mean, I've gone with him to like the military, place and, to get military IDs and stuff. But I don't really talk to him about his military experience. But I know, like, my psychiatrist says, if you want to repair the relationship with him and improve it, maybe take a genuine interest in his life and, talk to him about his military past and, ask him about, Korea where he was stationed and that'll obviously build like a bond and you'll be friendly with him and that's what he was saying. So who knows?
Oh, so anyway, the self-direction thing, my mom helped me sign up for it, and it's really helpful because I got independence out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. All good. Oh, good, Elle. Yeah.
Yeah, I am kind of. I think I was probably a cat in a past life, even though I don't believe in that stuff because I think I get along with cats better than humans and other animals, but.
I mean, you think you got more of a cat personality? I think you got like a dog personality.
Oh, I think I could probably be a mix of both because I have heightened cat senses and overly curious about, my physical limitations, like if I could jump and stuff. But then, like a dog, I sweat.
You see,
wait, dogs don't sweat.
I think I consider myself to be more like a dog than a cat. I don't know. I mean, maybe in years past I would consider myself to be like a little toy poodle or something like that. But now I consider myself to be like a German Shepherd in some capacity. But however, I had like a girlfriend many years ago, and she was very very cat like, and this is and we just really weren't compatible for that reason. You know what I mean? And sometimes obviously. You got to keep that in mind. So some people are just like mushes and dog like. Some people are more. I mean, not necessarily bad people, but just more cat like and subdued, and that's you're just really not compatible.
Well, like cats, I used to sleep a lot during the daytime, but now I have a life and I don't. But I still have heightened cat senses because
there's nothing wrong with cats. Some people love cats. I mean, they walk around the house. They demand, but dogs are just like mushes. Obviously there's mean dogs, usually like pit bulls and such. But
Maya and Emma aren't mean dogs.
No, there's a lot of nice dogs too.
They're very cute, very, very cute and cuddly.
Yeah, but pit bulls can be dangerous. We were talking about obviously having a wolf as a pet. I know dogs.
Oh, no way.
Dogs, obviously are descendants of wolves in some capacity. I don't know.
I just wouldn't have one as a pet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you think somebody from Levittown could have a wolf as a pet? That'd be scary. Hearing I know there's some crazy people in Levittown. It sounds like something you'd hear. Like, oh, a man from Levittown has a wolf as a pet, and it escaped and started attacking people. Like, fair,
Well, here's an idea. Just don't have dangerous beasts as pets.
That's true.
Well, you would never hear of Maya and Emma going on the rampage.
No, they're actually good. They're good with small kids. They lick. And the only thing I would worry about is like if a kid would tug on Emma's ear and maybe Emma would nip because it might. But she's not going to do much damage. No. You know what I mean?
Dave asked what's my favorite kind of salad dressing. My favorite kind of salad dressing is ranch dressing. That's the good stuff.
Ranch dressing is good. Creamy Italian's good. There's a number of good dressings. Yeah.
But anyway, I think and personally, I never thought of humans as part of the animal kingdom. More like our own category.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for one thing, we aren't furry like cats and dogs.
No, we definitely are not.
And we don't walk on 4 legs like they do.
Exactly.
And I think I'm more. Yeah, you know I'm no around animal lover. Cats match my personality type.
Yeah. Fair. But I think you got like a mix of a cat and dog personality.
Well, I think you're more like a dog.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
Okay.
Now, but in all seriousness, uh, cats and dogs are better pets than other animals because.
So we were talking about, obviously, unfortunately, some bad things can happen in life, like a cancer diagnosis, and fortunately for me, I don't have that at the moment. I know my father,
Thank
I know
God for that.
my father does. Yeah, I was saying how I was afraid I was going to die at 21, or 23, and I'm kind of it's kind of lucky, I made it to nearly 40. I thought I was going to die 15 years ago, but I didn't, and
Well, good thing you didn't.
And
Because if you did, I wouldn't have met you.
You wouldn't have met me, and but on that note, there's people who unfortunately you get cancer at like 7 years old, and so it's like, yeah, nobody wants it, but if you do get it at the next physical, take it one step at a time, and do the right decisions, and it's sad. You can get a bad deal, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen to either of us anytime soon.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Horn Dog says HIV is also a bad thing, but it's not the end of your life now. Look at Magic Johnson. Well, yeah, that's true, because HIV used to turn into AIDS, and then people would die from it. But now, there's meds to keep people alive longer to prevent HIV from turning into AIDS.
I think some people say you would rather have HIV than cancer, or at least a terminal life killing you cancer, but neither are good, obviously.
No.
They're both bad, but at least HIV isn't the end of your life. You could probably
Not anymore.
Yeah, you could probably find like a romantic partner who has HIV and live a relatively normal life. Yeah. But cancer's going to kill you literally. So.
Well, Magic Johnson got HIV from
Yeah, I don't know how he got it, but he did, and yeah. So he says, if your potential romantic partner had HIV, would you still date them? I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to say no. I mean, it's sad. You don't want to, but yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of like really hard, to date somebody with that, and you run the risk of acquiring it yourself, So, it doesn't mean you can't be friends, but it just means, it's just kind of like really, really tough to date someone with that,
Well, Well, some people are born with HIV.
Yeah, some people obviously, are born to a mother who had HIV, and they're born that and it's sad, and they don't deserve it, obviously.
No, because they didn't do anything.
Yeah, but it's life is unpredictable. There's a lot of bad deals you can get, and raw deals, and we're approaching 40. We're still alive. There's no evidence we're dying yet, so we're all good.
No.
So all good. We're still alive and kicking, and all's good. And like, if I did die at 23, the social media content would have been created. We never would have met each other.
Yeah. So obviously you didn't die at 23.
Yeah.
Because you're still here.
Exactly. People were expecting me to, but I didn't. So.
And obviously he didn't die at 23 because either he's a zombie or a ghost.
Yeah,
if he did die.
I'm like Paul McCartney. Didn't they say like he died in the 60s and everybody was saying Paul's a dead man or something like that?
Yeah,
it's like a imposter Paul McCartney.
It's like those conspiracy theorist things.
Yeah. Paul McCartney's been replaced since the 60s. No, yeah. It's probably not true, but
obviously not.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you're obviously not a ghost.
Yeah.
You're solid.
Exactly.
My hand can't go through you.
Yeah. So summer concerts at Jones Beach are fun. Yeah, we were talking about that. Obviously, there were a number of concerts we were thinking about attending. We saw some.
Yeah.
I think we saw Stained. What was another one? We saw Muse. Muse is literally on my birthday, July 25th.
Oh.
I think we saw the Beach Boys, but all the tickets were like nearly sold out, and Brian Wilson's not even alive anymore.
No.
So there was a number of artists that were, you know, I mean, if you were like enthusiastic about that and you see a concert, you know, that really interests you, let me know and we could go. You know,
Well,
it could be fun.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
I mean, Muse has some cool songs like Starlight and Madness. You know,
I don't know those
yeah,
songs.
yeah. So if you see an artist there that jumps out at you, just let me know. We can go to a concert. You know.
Well, if an artist jumps out at you, they could attack you, which is bad.
Exactly. Somebody says, you should go to the Muse concert on July 25th for my birthday. Yeah, we could. We could do that. If you want, I don't know. Or we could do Atlantic City or something, or whatever.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, we could do something. You know, we'll do something fun regardless of what we do, right? Yeah.
See, now he's not a ghost.
I'm not a ghost. I'm not a zombie. And actually, I died at 23, and they replaced me with imposter Paul McCartney. That's what happened. You know? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that since I didn't know you at 23, I wouldn't be able to tell if you're an imposter or really Andrew.
That's true.
So
yeah.
But obviously, it's just a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. Like, obviously, when you become like the Beatles, people tend to just, you know, like read messages in the music, and you know, you say, "Oh, like Paul's back is turned on Sergeant Pepper. That's evidence he's dead." You know, it's like, no, he's not. But okay, if you want to believe that, it's fine.
Yeah, all those like stupid conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Well, where's the evidence that Paul McCartney actually died in the 1960s and has been replaced by an imposter?
There's no hard evidence. It's just like his back being turned on the Sergeant Pepper, you know, or like on the song "I'm So Tired." I'm going like, "Well, the dead man, miss, you know, like no real hard evidence. Just people reading too much into music. That's really a lot of people were really like obsessed with overanalyzing the Beatles in the 1960s.
Yeah, well, people overanalyze a lot of people these days.
That's true.
Because the internet is for overanalyzing.
Exactly. So this is when last time you hung out with your father. It's been a few days, if not weeks. I talked to him over the phone this morning, and it was a good conversation. He was telling me about like some Asian, market street thing at the Broadway Mall in Hicksville that we could have potentially gone to.
Oh, we could have gone to that.
Yeah.
Want to go today?
Maybe tomorrow or soon. But yeah, he was saying that could be fun. So I talked to him, and it was friendly in nature. So that's
good.
That's good. Yeah.
And at least he's still alive.
Oh yeah, of course.
Obviously.
Of course, yeah. Unless
you were talking to a ghost or someone who's an imposter.
Yeah, no, it's I've pretty much consistently seen my father for the past 38 years more or less. So I pretty much witnessed him age, you know what I mean? So like if somebody disappears from your life for like 10 years, then they come back and they look a little different. You might look like, it's the same person, but I've kind of like, my father's kind of like been around in some capacity for like the past 38 years. So I don't think it's definitely him.
Well, being there physically is not the same as being there emotionally.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that emotional pain is worse than physical pain because at least in my experience, because like physical pain, I have healed from. I usually heal from, but emotional pain, some of it I haven't healed from. But
yeah, actually that's true. I know. I mean, and a case in point, the bullying, that I went through in middle and high school. I know. Obviously, when the people would really taunt you and make you humiliate you and make you cry and that kind of stuff, that was obviously very traumatic. But like if someone like punches you and like attacks you, yeah, I mean, it's bad. Obviously, you don't want to get like physically assaulted, but I think like the nonstop verbal taunting and the humiliation and made to feel like nobody likes you. I think in a lot of ways that could be worse than.
Oh, I think it is because I mean, yeah, because I have more emotional scars than physical scars.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're nonstop berating and that kind of stuff is just it could be worse, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, you walk around in New York City and you're scared of getting attacked by a criminal, and that could be bad too.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, being in an environment where you're constantly getting bullied could be
well
bad too. Yeah,
verbally and emotionally bullied. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than being physically bullied.
I mean, you don't want to get attacked and punched either.
No,
but that's bad too. But they're both bad.
All bullying is bad.
All bullying is bad. Yes. Yeah. Have good intentions, have good morals, have good character, do the right thing, and try to uplift people and inspire people. And
yeah. And they could do it to you, do the same.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about obviously how I obviously I have good intentions for you.
And I have good intentions for you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not everybody is that way. There are a lot of people who obviously do bully, and and you try to go out of their way to hurt others, and it's really tragic that that there are people out there in the world like that. But you got to be vigilant. Not everybody is a good person. Some people genuinely have bad intentions, and
well, sometimes being bullied by your family is worse.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, families typically, want the best for their children. I mean, obviously, there are even people who come from like narcissistic losers of parents. Usually they want their children to succeed because it's a reflection of them in some way. So usually, your parents, even if they're like mean to you and stuff, they usually ultimately want the best for you. Usually, bullies come from outside your family.
Usually.
Typically, but like we said, Joseph Fritzl, can.
Well.
That's a bully in your family, but typically the bullies usually come from outside your family.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So she says, Ellie, have you ever seen my parents or gotten bullied by my parents?
No.
She's seen my parents a number of times, but she doesn't really interact with them too much.
No. So yeah, because I only let like hi and bye to them, but that's it. So
yeah, absolutely.
I have no commentary.
Oh, we were talking about John Lennon too. What were we saying about John Lennon? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that he's actually been alive this whole time.
No, it was Paul McCartney. That's the other bit. We're talking about Paul McCartney, John Lennon. I mean, obviously, we're talking about like him getting assassinated in New York City by a mentally ill guy, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, we were talking about like obviously. What were we saying about him? Do you remember? Or we were saying something really interesting, but I don't really remember what we were saying.
Well, obviously Oh yes, but that. Obviously, he hasn't been recording music lately because of the whole being dead thing.
Yeah, obviously. We're saying, obviously, obviously you can't record music, but he's recorded a lot of hits. He's probably the biggest, most famous rock star of all time, right?
Yeah. It's just, but like using AI to make videos to like have a dead person require.
Oh yeah. We're talking about the song Now and Then. Yeah. How they're using his vocals and releasing that.
But it's not the same because Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's cool because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, we hear John Lennon one last time." It's just like farewell, but yeah, he's unfortunately been dead since I don't know
1980. Like 45 years.
Yeah, and we're saying how obviously, some people tend to hear John Lennon's music, and he's an artist who's trying to inspire others and uplift others, and they tend to villainize him. But at least some people do. I mean, some people really get inspired and love his artwork, but so some people might say, oh, he's some Saint Imagine No Possessions, and they might find that like not hypocritical in some capacity. But I'm like, he's just an artist. The people that you should really villainize are the people that are paying him, the faceless billionaires. I mean, yeah, John Lennon's a very commercially successful artist, and
Yeah, well,
there's really a lot of worse things than that in the world. Like some hypocritical artist saying, "Imagine no possession, bring peace to the world." You know, what I mean, it's like he spoke to a lot of people. You know.
well, it's just that since he's been dead, he hasn't been speaking to anyone,
That's true.
and making AI videos of him. That's not the same because
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, even if you don't agree with his messages and songs and whatever, you know, ultimately he's just some artist, you know, like,
yeah.
like take some like these executives and billionaires and such, you know, it's just like, I mean, they're worse than John Lennon. They're just not public, like, they're not in the limelight, you know?
No. Well, the Beatles were in the limelight as a group.
People were obsessed with them, and yeah.
But now only 2 of those Beatles are still alive. George Harrison died in what year?
I think the late 1990s, maybe like around 1999. He died of cancer, right?
Yep. And then John Lennon, he was stabbed to death in 1980.
Yeah. So, you know, ultimately, we were saying, you know, well, obviously, you know, it would be nice to have, you know, no fame but tons of money, you know, like these billionaires who can just walk around and not anonymity. Do you really want to be like the Beatles and have everybody screaming and being obsessed with you?
No,
not really. No.
Yeah, because I mean, you could have fortune, but keep it to yourself. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like no doubt, the Beatles and John Lennon and all the Beatles and Paul McCartney too, for that matter. You hit after hit, really, right? So, you know, they're definitely a classic rock band.
Well, I think, as I've said before, my personal favorite Beatles song of all time is "Twist and Shout." Shake it up, baby, now shake it up, baby.
I think people like them, you know, most people, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's a hit, but most people like the Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, and Onward era the best. But
well, I do like the Yellow Submarine. In the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed the sea.
Yeah, fair. I mean, they got a lot of good songs, so I mean, they're pretty well known too.
Well, the Yellow Submarine movie, not a lot of people know this, but the Beatles only provided their singing voices. This other group of guys provided the speaking voices.
Yeah, they got actors to play the Beatles in the animated movie, right?
Yeah, they got actors to voice their speaking selves while they provided their singing voices.
Now, obviously, the Beatles are musical artists. I mean, I guess if they wanted to try to act, I mean, they could have given it a shot.
They did, technically.
Yeah, they could have given it a try, but
they kind of did with the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, Hard Day's Night, they were sort of acting, but yeah, they're more musicians than actors.
Yeah. But those of you who haven't watched the Yellow Submarine, it's pretty psychedelic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like all the pretty colors.
Well, a lot of the stuff in the 1960s was psychedelic, right?
Definitely. Like Pink Floyd.
I like pretty much all of it, you know. It was just
the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and some other psychedelic.
Pretty much all the artists at that time, you know, took the lead from the Beatles, and you know, somebody asks Ellie, have you ever experienced the psychedelics?
No way.
Yeah, I mean that can literally damage your brain, and you know, I don't know if I took prescription psychiatric medications and a lot of it, and I don't think that's psychiatric. I don't think that's psychedelic drugs.
No.
I mean, it's prescription meds, but
LSD is a psychedelic.
I know, like my psychopharmacologist would say, yeah, I wasn't prescribing you LSD, man, you know, but you know, you needed it, but I don't know. I'm skeptical it damaged my brain, you know.
Well, no psychiatrist. I don't think any psychiatrist would prescribe LSD.
No, that would be no benefit for that.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you don't mind hallucinating and seeing all the pretty colors.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean that could mess up your brain.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because I mean, Well, that kind of reminds me of this one movie, Chris Rock movie called Death at a Funeral, where with like a Chris Rock, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Tracy Morgan.
Dave says LSD has benefits.
What are the benefits besides hallucinating all the pretty colors?
I know somebody. I agree with you, Ellie. I know somebody who was like saying like microdosing on LSD was helping him in some capacity. I'm like, I'm skeptical, but if it's your life. I think it's just damaging your mind. But if you think that's a good idea, go for it, man.
Well, as I was saying, with the reason I mentioned Death at a Funeral is because, like, this guy in the movie, he unknowingly took like psychedelics, and then was all like hallucinating.
Yeah.
So edit all of you. I would probably suggest the movie Death at a Funeral because they really put the fun in funeral.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the funeral typically isn't a very funny thing, but sometimes dark comedies can be funny, and
Death at a Funeral. Now, Death at a Funeral with Chris Rock. That one was funny, and then came out in 2010. Then 3 years before that, in 2007, another version of Death at a Funeral came out, but that was like a British movie, so with like different cast. So
yeah, the British, can be, they got quirky and eccentric senses of humor. I know we discussed Mr. Bean, right?
Oh yes.
And the Monty Python stuff. So.
Well, with Mr. Bean, his was more like a physical comedy, he used very little words. He would come up with like unconventional ways of doing everyday things but they still worked.
Yeah.
His methods still worked.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what you think of Mr. Bean, it's quirky and it's critically acclaimed. It might not be your cup of tea. I mean, but it got good reviews. So.
Because I mean, well, I Love Lucy from the 1950s. There was a lot of comedy there.
Definitely. Yeah, I Love Lucy is a classic. Yeah.
Because they were always like because it was funny in many ways, and I Love Lucy is a classic.
Dave says Mr. Bean reminds me of the Holocaust. No, I think the opposite. Mr. Bean's a feel-good comedy.
Yeah.
It's pretty lighthearted, and he's like a little buffoon who's like socially awkward and. Always gets into weird shenanigans, And the Holocaust is obviously genocide, which is
not funny.
Which is not funny at all,
No.
Yeah.
Lucy likes to get her swirl on. Well, what's up? It's MBK and Ellie. No, Andrew. It's Andrew, not MBK.
Oh no, yeah, no. I told him, a few days ago. My mother, obviously, if I was born a girl, was going to name me Mary Bridget Kowalski.
How do you know? Well, what makes you think that?
That's what she told me, and I said how I dodged a bullet because.
Well, good thing you were born a boy.
Andrew William Kowalski is a good name.
Yeah. But Mary Bridget Kowalski.
No
way.
That's a terrible name.
I don't like that name.
No. Probably would have got bullied for that name.
Yeah. I like this name better.
Somebody says he's literally Andrew WK, the party hard guy. That's literally my initials.
AWK.
All right. So do you know what you would have been named if you were born a man?
No, but my mom was thinking of naming me Katie, but our dog was named Katie, so she named me Elizabeth.
Yeah.
But everyone calls me Ellie for short.
Sure. Somebody says
we're not going there.
Yeah. Obviously. Andrew's a pretty cool name though. I like the name. Mary Bridget, terrible though. So thankfully I was born a
Yeah,
girl.
I don't like the name Mary Bridget Kowalski. I mean, like, what's up with that?
That's a bad name. That's a bad name.
Well, good thing for you. You were born a boy, huh?
Yeah. At least. Yeah. I wonder what life would be like if I was born as a girl.
Well, for one thing, you wouldn't be flat chested,
Yeah.
and you would be like
You know, I've gone on, you know, like some of like the apps, like Snapchat, and I've done the filter, like make me a girl. I think I'd be a pretty woman.
yeah.
You know, like assuming I was thinner and had long hair, but I'd probably be a crazy woman. So like my mother, so probably have more romance because women typically can get more romance. But
Well, they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
yeah, so I'd probably be a crazy woman if I was born a woman, but a woman, probably a pretty one, I think.
Yes, you would probably be a pretty woman.
Sure.
But good thing for you, you didn't get the name Mary Bridget Kowalski.
That's true. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't like that name. I like Andrew William Kowalski better.
Exactly.
Which is his name, not her name.
So he says, all women are crazy women. Regular women they're every woman's crazy. Hey, fair. That's what they say. They say every woman's completely batshit crazy. Some just hide it better, right?
Well,
I'm just joking. Obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if every woman was batshit crazy, we'd all then, well.
Yeah. It's some are more batshit crazy than others, but I guess every guy's batshit crazy. Everybody's crazy, right? Everybody's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hello,
We got Rusty in the house. Yeah.
Rusty in the house. But yeah, like Mary Bridget Kowalski.
No.
But I'm sure you would still be a pretty woman.
Yeah, I think I would. Imagine, obviously I was like 5'5" and had this face and long hair, and I think I'd be a beautiful woman. I'm not saying I'm going to go trans. I'm happy with being a man.
I like you better as a man.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I would be a good.
You're all crazy. Don't. We're not. Yeah, well, men don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. So it says, don't be a femboy, Andrew. Don't be a femboy. No, I'm not going to be.
No, because I like him as a man, as a man, not a man woman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, maybe as a woman, you'd be less hairy.
Yeah. Obviously, I got hairy legs and stuff. For what's worth.
Yeah,
So,
and arms.
And arms too. Yeah. So I'm pretty hairy, but yeah, that I'm not gonna show my chest hair.
No.
I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
No.
But Dave says a fit check. No, he wants me.
No way. No.
Not with Ellie here.
No. Yeah, because and plus, isn't he a snazzy dresser?
I try my best, but I was on a tiny budget. I try to look as nice as I possibly can with the money I have, right? Okay.
Don't even go there, Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I prefer the winter sweaters though, because obviously the polo shirts you gotta iron or and it usually doesn't. The wash usually ruins them. So
I think it looks great in these like polo, like Hawaiian designs.
Yeah, this kind
like the tropical colors.
Kind of looks cool, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking cool too with this with this shirt. Oh good, Ellie.
Yeah.
Oh good.
And plus, I'm sure. Yeah, well, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad your mom didn't name you Mary Bridget Klosky because you're a man, not a woman.
Exactly.
And why would anyone's mother give their son that name?
Yeah, wouldn't make much sense.
No.
Yeah.
See, and me, I'm just like got a dress here.
Yeah, it looks kind of pretty. Looks kind of pretty.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean,
So he says, and
don't.
no, I know. Ellie expressed interest in, obviously, she wants somebody who she could potentially date long term, and I said, although we're good friends, I don't think her and I are compatible as
No.
long term partners, and that
Because we're too similar in personality.
because we're too similar in personalities.
Definitely.
So we're just buddies.
Well, how are we too similar in personality?
I feel like my executive functioning isn't too high and to be taken care of, and so we're good friends. So, but yeah, I think, but she expressed, obviously, she wants somebody who has the potential for long term before.
Well, someone who's a good communicator, honest, good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like that stuff.
Yeah, but no, we're definitely friends. So
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Okay. So he says, no. I know. Ellie says no, she does not want friends with benefits.
No
she
way.
wants somebody with the potential of long term.
Yeah.
And I respect that, obviously, and that's what we have to do.
Because I'm looking for someone who's a good communicator, honest, kind, caring, compassionate, funny. Someone who like a mutual understanding, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like obviously we do get along in some ways, and a lot of these attributes I do obviously apply to me, but I think we're too similar in that I probably need somebody who's more strong and able to take care of me in some capacity. Like a strong, nurturing kind of person.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm very,
I consider myself like Ozzy Osbourne, and I need somebody like that who will take care of like that.
No.
You don't consider me like that?
Consider you like what?
Like somebody who needs to get taken care of.
Oh, well, you drive.
I do drive. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use drugs though. I don't know what he did.
Well, good, because using illegal drugs is bad.
Yeah, especially with schizoaffective. I mean, using drugs on schizoaffective, you got to abstain from drugs, alcohol, and all that kind of stuff, because having a mental health, is bad enough. If you're completely sober. I'm crazy. With off that stuff. Somebody says, Ozzy snorted some ants. Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah, I know he also.
God.
I know he also bit a head off a bat. I don't know if he.
Oh my God.
I don't know if he really knew he was doing that. But it obviously helped his reputation in some way. I mean,
Yeah, well, snorting ants or biting the head off a bat is like, poor bat.
Yeah, I think somebody threw.
Like, oh my God.
I think somebody threw something on the stage and he didn't realize what it was, and it turned out to be a bat, which is pretty bad. I don't know. It could have rabies. I don't know.
Well, I'm curious as to how they even got hold of a bat.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
That's the big question.
Yeah, but regardless, somebody says that's not really the vibes I give off at all. But I do think,
Well, Andrew would never snort ants or bite the head off a bat.
Yeah, fair.
Because
somebody says Ozzy rules. A lot of people are fans of Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, and that's fair. That's he's got a lot of good hits too.
Well, it's just that like Ozzy Osbourne kind of died last year, so like
he had Parkinson's, and he was trying to perform, and he was trying to rock and roll to the very end, which is kind of cool and admirable, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So he says,
don't give him ideas, Rusty.
Don't give me some ideas.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you have plenty of ideas without that stuff, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because hallucinogens are bad,
Yeah, you don't want to take hallucinogens.
No way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
getting medically. No.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Eh,
Okay. Do you want to wrap this one up? Do you think we did enough? Or
Well, let's keep putting, like,
yeah.
mm,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Taking LSD or other hallucinogens is like bad,
It is. It is.
or taking like illegal drugs is bad.
Yeah. I know some people experiment with things like marijuana and such, especially in their 20s. Maybe some even do it in later life.
Oh,
But
I'm too afraid to experiment.
I know they say, well, what's that? What's that thing that that's in the drugs now? Fentanyl, is it called? Which can kill you. So yeah, just it's best to just abstain from illicit substances.
Yeah,
Especially if you have mental health challenges. So
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because I mean, yeah. Because I mean, doctors would never, well, legitimate doctors would never ever prescribe LSD or any hallucinogen or any illegal drug.
No, actually,
They would not do that.
yeah. So So I know they would say if you're in like mental health recovery, don't do drugs, don't do alcohol, and take your medications. And
Yeah.
I mean, these are obviously the clear things to say, but
Yeah.
but some people don't listen.
Yeah. Well, but anyway. Rusty says they do prescribe ketamine treatments for people with mental issues. Oh, well, yeah, I guess so, but I think it's better to just not take hallucinogens or any of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's common sense.
Because I mean, because people could, because mental illness could make you hallucinate plenty on your own.
Yeah. So abstain from drugs, alcohol, hallucinogenics, and take your psychiatric medications,
Yeah.
especially if you have a disorder like schizoaffective, right?
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to wrap this one up, and or you want to keep going?
Let's see. Morty says some call those hallucinogens being delusional. Oh, yes. Because I mean, well, whether you hallucinate, whether you're having hallucinations or delusions, both are not good.
Yeah.
Rusty says again, it's all in the medical setting. Yeah, but
Yeah, as we obviously as you get older, I mean, I don't know about you personally, but I find the need to be so reckless less and less, getting happier day by day.
Yeah, same here.
I don't need to use any of that stuff. If I ever did, the only thing I really experimented with 5 or so times marijuana in the early 20s.
Oh, I never tried that.
And alcohol, but other than that, I sometimes wonder, could there have been fentanyl in it and it damaged my brain? Probably not. Probably just, who knows.
Well, sometimes people die from fentanyl.
Yeah. Who knows? But whatever the reason is, I did get schizoaffective. So.
Well.
Yeah.
Good thing you're getting treatment for it.
Exactly. So, I don't know what the reason is. The running probably could have caused neurological damage too. I was doing a lot of exercise and not really hydrating and eating enough. So maybe that caused some neurological damage.
What was your first clue?
I know the psychopharmacologist says, obviously the medications don't cause neurological damage. So I don't know what it's worth. I don't know. It's fine. All good. Maybe I was born schizoaffective, and it was just the hand I was dealt.
And ADHD.
And ADHD too. Yeah. Who knows?
Well.
Regardless, it is what it is. As I'm approaching 40.
Yeah, and plus, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah. So just even if it's nature, if it's nurture, if it's I'm still alive and kicking, approaching 40. I don't have a terminal cancer diagnosis. So just make the best of it. There are not a lot you can do.
Rusty don't encourage mixing drugs.
Yeah, listen to psychiatrists. You know,
Yeah.
if they prescribe medications, listen to their regimen and do the right things. Make the right
Yeah,
decision.
I can't believe it. Rusty is suggesting to like a. Oh yeah, but well. Yeah.
So it says take your medication. You take more mood stabilizing and antipsychotics. You think I need that, Ellie? What are your thoughts? Well, listen to you. I know they say in mental health groups. I would sometimes say to people, "Oh, I think you should try this medication." I say, "No, don't recommend medications."
Especially since you're not
A doctor.
A
Listen,
doctor.
they say I had good intentions, but they say, tell them to talk to the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Don't try to play a doctor here. I realize the medication might work for you, but it might not work for them.
Just let the psychiatrist handle it.
Yeah.
Well. But anyway, it's really hot outside today, people.
Definitely.
And
okay, so you want to get going and hit the road? I think we.
Right. Hold on.
Okay, sure.
Rusty says they are a doctor, lawyer, and dentist. Well, I say you're a BS artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Because what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah. So you should hit the pool. You should hit the pool and drink some White Claws. We do have a pool, and Ellie's certainly welcome to come in. It's heated too. It's salt water. We could put on some music and drink some. I don't know if alcohol, but some seltzer water or something like that.
Well, I'm a beach person anyway.
It's fun. You can put on some music. It's like a Caribbean island vacation,
Yeah.
So Rusty says, "I'd love to see Ellie in a swimsuit." Yeah, I was in the water with Alan, and he was like a dude. And it was kind of like a little awkward. I'd much rather see like ladies like you and Jen in a swimsuit, even though we're not, dating, for the obvious reasons. It was like.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like it was fun, I guess, bopping around the water with Alan, but you'd rather do it with women,
Yeah, bop bop bop. Then
yeah.
But yeah, like I'm more of like a beach person because although I haven't gone to the beach, swim at any beaches in a long time.
Yeah.
Rusty says, "Listen, Ellie, you got something to work with. Don't be modest." Well, thanks for the compliment. And Kobas says, "Why'd you stop touching?" Oh, hey, Kobas. Well, there, we're touching again. Happy?
Okay, so I guess we'll go. We did over 50 minutes. So we had a good live stream.
And Anonymous, it's very hot outside, so you might want to cool off.
Definitely. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you again soon, and we'll be back again someday.
Yes.
Probably next week or in a few days or something like that. So
yeah.
So be on the lookout, or we probably will be back. Adios, guys.
Don't even go there, Rusty.
Okay, adios, guys.
Well,
He says goodbye.
later, buddies.
He says goodbye. Okay, talk to you soon. Adios.